because no one wants to act like they're struggling with money. Our current society is obsessed with appearing rich and appearing wealthy. Meanwhile, they're all in credit card debt. I have some breaking news for you guys, and that is that you actually don't need to go broke this holiday season. Groundbreaking, right? For today's video, you guys, I just wanted to do a really cozy, casual chat about holiday finances, sharing with you guys my thoughts as well as my tips, and just kind of opening up a conversation in a very honest and unscripted way, because we are currently being bombarded with all of the holiday content, all of the Black Friday ads, and it's really fun, okay? I am not here to like be a Grinch or to be a hater. What I'm here to do is hopefully inspire you guys to find balance so that you can actually enjoy the holidays even more than ever. Because this holiday season, we're not stressing about money, and we are not going into debt, and we are not going broke, and we are not taking all of that energy into the new year. So if that sounds good, grab yourself a little drink, a little coffee. It's freezing outside, and I still went with an iced latte. But yeah, let's get into this video. Before we start, I would love for you guys to let me know in the comments how you are currently feeling about the upcoming holidays. Are you excited? Are you neutral? Are you dreading it? Let me know. I feel like this is also a time of year where like happiness and cheerfulness can kind of be like forced down our throats. And if that's not how you're feeling, maybe it's stressful. Maybe the money part of the holidays is stressful for you. I know for me, I certainly feel that way sometimes. So I just want to know how you guys are doing. For our beverage du jour, I made a iced vanilla latte. Very, very simple, but so good. I just love an iced latte no matter the temperature. It feels refreshing, even though I guess it technically isn't, or like hydrating. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Zoe, and I post a lot of money meets lifestyle content because here on my channel, our goal is to live our healthy and wealthy best lives. So if that sounds good, I hope you will stick around and subscribe. Now, I said this was an unscripted chat, and I mean, I never really script my videos because I just like to talk, but I did write down some notes of things that I want to talk about because I just really think opening up a conversation about holidays and holiday money is really important. I also just feel like it's important for us to get opinions on finances and feelings about finances from different sources. I often feel like when it comes to personal finances, we often hear from people who are like, don't do this and don't do that and don't spend on this. And they're very extreme. And that's why their videos perform so well, because when you are extreme and when you have really strong opinions, the algorithm loves that. But I feel like it is my duty to share with you guys a very regular girl's opinions and behind the scenes. I share with you guys my budget every month. And those of you who are familiar with my channel, you know that I like to shop and I like nice things. Look, I've got a miniature Christmas tree on my desk. So I'm not a minimalist. I'm never going to tell you that spending money is bad or that we must denounce all material possessions. Like, that's not me. So I'm really coming at this from a place of balance. So I just hope that this chat can be helpful and inspiring and honestly just keep you company, because I want to be your money bestie. So let's get into it. I knew for a while I wanted to make a little holiday money chat. I just had no idea what to call it. And then I think it came to me like in the shower or something of like, you don't need to go broke in order to enjoy the holidays. Have you ever felt, I want to hear from you, have you ever felt that you actually needed to go broke or that you needed to go into debt to enjoy the holidays? I certainly have. And when I say enjoy the holidays, I'm not just talking about buying gifts, okay? I actually wrote down, I feel like there are multiple categories in which we are pressured to spend and encouraged to spend around holiday time. So first up, there's gifts. Of course, there's gifts. This is such a big part of, especially Christmas. Like if you celebrate Christmas, it's the whole gift giving and who am I buying gifts for? How many people? How far out does this stretch? How much am I spending? All of that. So we're going to talk about that. There's also decor. Okay. For me, decor is what's plaguing me this year of like, How much do I need to spend on holiday decor in order to make my house feel cozy, make my house feel Christmassy? And I'm not gonna lie, how much do I have to spend to fit in on social media? Because there's a huge pressure about that. So decor is another area where, especially starting now in November, we're really starting to get pushed to purchase more and more holiday decor. Then there are things like kind of holiday personal care. So things like getting your nails done, things like getting your hair done. This is actually the first year that I have natural nails around the holidays. So that's one less expense for me, but I'm not saying these are bad things, guys. Any of these categories, I'm not here to tell you that they're bad. I'm just bringing our attention to it because I feel like when we think about setting a budget for Christmas or the holidays, we think about gifts and that's it. So there is also the nails, the hair, I don't know, whatever kind of other beauty appointments you do, like maybe getting a facial before Christmas or maybe doing your eyebrows, your eyelashes, well, whatever it may be. And then of course there's the outfits. Maybe you have a work or an office Christmas party. Maybe you've got dinners with your friends, and how many different outfits do you need for all of these things? And then it's like, okay, there's the Christmas morning pajamas, and then there's the pajamas with my mom's family and the pajamas with my dad's family. So it really just never ends. And I personally find it very overwhelming. Oh, I'm getting worked up just talking about it. Sorry, I just had to go blow my nose because it's winter time. Oh my God. But you guys, I forgot a very crucial category. Let's write it down. Black Friday. Black Friday is here to take our money. So let's get into each of these categories. I'm gonna share with you guys my honest thoughts about each one. I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm budgeting for and what I'm planning on spending on. Not for you guys to like copy me or for me to tell you what's right or wrong, but just for you guys to start the wheels turning in your own head about how you're gonna manage your money this holiday season. Because if you manage your money properly, if you can avoid going into debt, if you can avoid that feeling of going broke for the holidays, you're gonna avoid that nasty credit card bill in January when you just promised yourself that you're about to make over your whole life. This is like getting a head start on being our best selves for 2026. We're getting a head start now. Okay, so let's start with Black Friday. I find Black Friday so interesting as a Canadian, just watching how, first of all, Black Friday started to become a thing for us. And second of all, watching how Black Friday has expanded. As a Canadian, Black Friday used to be just like an urban myth. It was something that Americans did, and it was, you know, like Americans fighting each other at Walmart for TVs and people camping outside. Like it was a very in-person thing because I feel like when it started, and I don't know the origin of Black Friday, I just know we didn't used to have it in Canada. But before online shopping was a thing, Black Friday was one single day, I guess, with these like mega deals, and it was in person, hence the punching each other in the face of it all. Black Friday started to become a thing in Canada because we just like to copy Americans, I guess. For us, the biggest like sale day of the year was always Boxing Day. However, I would say that Black Friday has now started to overshadow Boxing Day, especially with the whole Black Friday, Cyber Monday of it all. It used to be that you had one day to shop, and even if that was online, you had one day. Then it became a whole weekend affair. So from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, you had these deals. And now I've been seeing Black Friday deals up for like 2 weeks. And we're not even at Black Friday yet as I'm filming this. So it's definitely a marketing thing. It is definitely something to get the wheels turning, to get people spending. And we could sit here and we could cross our arms and we could get angry and we could say that's a bad thing. But it's not really a bad thing. Things are going on sale. It's up to us to develop self-control, to develop logic and judgment, and to make good decisions about what to spend on and what not to spend on. Just because something is on sale doesn't mean you have to buy it. And I think that is groundbreaking for some people. I used to think that if something was on sale, I had to buy it. It was like I was losing money if I didn't buy the thing that's on sale. Now, when things are on sale, this is actually, I don't want to say a red flag, but it makes me think twice because I have learned to ask myself, do I actually want this? Do I actually need this? Will I actually use this? Or is it just on sale? So those are great questions to ask yourself when you are being bombarded with Black Friday ads. And look, I'm part of the problem, okay? I'm a content creator, I'm an influencer, and I've done some Black Friday ads and I've probably got more coming up. If there are things that you truly want and you truly need, why not buy them on sale? I'm thinking for things like skincare, maybe closet basics, like if your white t-shirts, you know, the underarms are turning yellow. Black Friday can be a great opportunity to stock up on these things that yes, you would otherwise be buying. But for things like, I don't know, like another eyeshadow palette when you already have 20, or another pair of black leggings when you already have 20, this is where we need to start asking ourselves, do I really need this, or is it just on sale? And trust me, I understand the temptation. The good news is, I think with the extension of Black Friday is you actually have time to think about what you want. I have heard people say that they literally make a game plan for Black Friday. They will like track what sales are coming up and seriously make a plan. And I think that's really smart. For example, I know that Aloe is doing a big Black Friday sale. They're doing like 30% off, and 30% is quite a big discount. If you have had your eye on something for a long time, yeah, 30% off is the time to buy. So it might be the time to buy at Aloe, but what if Lululemon now has a 30% off sale too? And Aritzia, and you guys get the point. If you know what sales are coming, if you know some things you have your eye on, I think it's a great practice to write everything down and then kind of cross certain things off the list of like, okay, there are 5 stores coming up that I love that are having a great sale. I'm gonna narrow it down to just 2, and I'm gonna just pick those things that I've really had my eye on. I think this is a great use of Black Friday. I think the TLDR of my point is Black Friday and Cyber Monday and just sales in general, they really create a sense of urgency in us. If you can kind of pump the brakes on that sense of urgency, you'll be able to think more logically about what you truly want and what you truly need. And here's another thing to ask yourself. In January, when you do the deep clean of your home, your New Year's purge, whatever you just bought, are you gonna be like, oh, why did I buy that? If the answer is yes, if the answer is maybe, don't buy it. If the answer is no, I'm gonna be glad I bought this, and you genuinely mean it, go ahead, yay, it's on sale. So those are my thoughts on Black Friday. We're gonna check it off the list. Next, let's talk about holiday outfits. Holiday outfits are so fun. I love looking at inspo for different holiday outfits. I think because living in such a cold climate like Montreal, in the wintertime, it feels like there are very few opportunities to really get dressed up. We tend to shut ourselves inside. We tend to like get cozy, and like I've been wearing this fleece for the past 2 days. So I love that come the holidays, we get to put on a little bit of sparkle, put on something a little bit, you know, a little bit more nice, a little bit more elevated, maybe some bling, some jewelry, and that just feels really fun. That being said, I don't think this needs to be an excuse to get so many new items for your closet, specifically for the holidays. Something that I've started doing is re-wearing the same sweater every Christmas, and I don't know, it just made it feel like that sweater was super special. I actually purged it at the end of last year because I was sick of it, because it had been like 5 years of every Christmas wearing this sweater. But honestly, it was really nice to just have this be my Christmas sweater, and now I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna have a new Christmas sweater, just to kind of dial back on this pressure to buy so much new clothing. Remember that you can make up outfits with what you already have in your closet. Take a look at your family and the events that you have. Are they as fancy as the stuff you're seeing on Pinterest or on Instagram? You might not need to get as glam as the internet makes you feel like you're gonna need to get so glam. New Year's is one night, and my clubbing days are behind me, okay? But I do remember feeling like I needed to have the perfect outfit for New Year's, the perfect shoes. I remember there was one year where I spent a lot of money on the perfect sparkly New Year's dress, only for me to be standing outside in the cold in my stupid little heels to then go into an overcrowded nightclub where people are spilling drinks on me and it's dark and no one can see my outfit. Hi, it's editing Zoe. I feel like I wasn't fully expressing my point in the best way. I was really coming across haterish and saying like, don't even dress up. Like, that's not what I'm saying. You don't need to show up to your Christmas dinner dressed like how I'm dressed right now. I think what I'm trying to say is I don't think these events are worth splurging on very expensive or designer dresses or designer shoes. I think there are more affordable ways to get through your holiday parties and your New Year's parties. Something great that I actually just thought of is rental clothing. I actually did this for my work office party in 2019. I felt a lot of pressure to show up looking fabulous. Instead of going and buying an expensive dress, I went to a rental service. I rented the dress for one night. It cost me $80, and I got to wear a Really, really, really nice dress. I'll put a picture up. This was a long time ago, but you guys get the point. So I think utilizing clothing rental services, see if you can find something at a consignment shop or thrifted. There are so many ways to look your best and feel beautiful without spending $1,000 ordering a dress from Revolve that someone inevitably will spill a drink on. I think that's a better summary of what I'm trying to say here. Oh my gosh, you guys, the other thing when it comes to outfits, so I feel like there's the fancy dress side and then there's the cozy side. And this is actually, I think, where there's even more temptation to spend money is the Christmas pajamas, the Christmas like sweatsuit, the Christmas fleece. And it's so fun, but to me, this is where I like draw the line. If my pajamas, I'm not gonna be able to wear them after New Year's, and like I just have to then put them into storage because they're my Christmas only pajamas. Like to me, I just have to draw the line there. Like that is too silly. I would say find things that are seasonal that will last you the entire season. So like from November to March while it's cold. You can do like a beautiful plaid. You can do a nice flannel. If you're not gonna wear the Christmas tree pajamas or the Christmas tree fleece or the Christmas tree sweatsuit past December 25th, I don't think it's worth the money because you're gonna look at this in 3 months' time and you're gonna be like, why did I buy this? What a waste of money. And you're gonna put it in the donation bin. I know you will, because that's something that I would do. The matching pajamas is so cute, and I feel like maybe I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite because as soon as I have a child who is of pajama wearing age and like I can match with them, I will be doing some chuggy stuff like that. I will be doing it, but I'm saving my money until then. And also like when the time comes, I'm gonna make sure that they're pajamas that can be reworn. Not just, I think my point is that something that you will only use once, that is for one specific day, that's just where I personally draw the line. Like that feels like a waste of money. Hair and nails is an area that I actually really think is worth the splurge. Like I was just saying about clothing, this time of year, I know for myself, my confidence like totally slips and dips, and little things like putting on a spray tan, getting a facial. I used to look forward to my holiday nails so much. These things are fun, and if you can find a way to do them that doesn't break the bank, then I think that's great. I think it's so nice to do these little things that give you a pick-me-up. That being said, when you stack them all one on top of the other, these beauty treatments can seriously get out of hand. I would take a look at your finances because we all are in a different place. We all can afford different things. If you can afford all the things that you want to do, then that's great. And if you can't, maybe you just want to pick one or two. For me this year, I'm going to do a facial. I don't do my nails anymore. I don't do my eyebrows anymore. So I'm happy to invest in like a really nice facial. That's just what makes me feel good. I also love, I should go get it. This is a product from a brand called Salty Face. It's a Canadian brand. Hold on. Their tanning water for the face is amazing. This is the old packaging they actually just sent me. I'm like this brand's #1 fan, and the fact that they noticed me makes me feel good. Oh my gosh, I haven't even checked the new packaging. Oh, it's so nice. This is what the new packaging looks like. This costs less than one beauty treatment, and you guys, the glow that you will feel from putting this tanning water on your face, if you are someone who has more fair skin and you feel like you need a little bit more of a glow in the winter time, this stuff is the best. I do have a discount code with them. This isn't sponsored or anything, but skip the eyelash extensions. Get yourself a bottle of this. It's gonna last you until the end of winter. You're gonna be glowy until April, you guys, and even beyond. I use this stuff year round. It's so good. My next category is decor, you guys, and this is one that is actually currently plaguing me a lot this year. It's something that I feel actually every holiday season is we start to see a lot of content of the insides of people's houses because they decorate so beautifully and they want to show it off, and rightfully so. I am someone who, I don't know if jealous or envy is the right word, because I don't feel these feelings with malicious intent. Like I don't see someone's beautiful holiday home and want to take that away from them. But what happens is I compare myself and I'm like, oh, I would love to have that. And then I start to feel down on myself because I don't have what they have. So this is something, it's been a few years now of just, feeling jealous, feeling envious of people my age who have full-on homes to decorate with like a staircase for the garland and a fireplace. Oh my gosh, you guys, like the way I would not kill, but the way I would love to have a fireplace in my home. But the reality is that I don't. I don't have a fireplace. I don't have a staircase. I think it's important to have that reality check with myself. Another thing that I feel about decor is, as someone who does share my life on social media, I do feel a lot of pressure to really, really decorate because I feel like that's what the audience wants to see and that's like what I'm supposed to do. Something I talk about a lot, and I feel like a broken record, is I don't have a lot of space in my apartment, and something we really don't have a lot of is storage space. So when I think about buying all this holiday decor, I also have to think, well, where am I going to store this stuff? Because I'm not going to keep it out year round. And we actually rent a storage locker and it's pretty full. The thought of upgrading the storage locker to store my Christmas decorations feels absolutely ridiculous. So once again, that's where I personally draw the line. I think maybe that's something that keeps coming back, is like, we need to figure out for ourselves, you need to figure out for yourself, and I need to figure out for myself, where do you draw your own personal line? For me, my line is drawn at storage. So I did get this little mini Christmas tree because I wanted it in the background of my videos. Last year, I bought new LL Bean stockings, which were so beautiful, and they just really felt like an investment because they're so nice. But last year, that was pretty much all I bought, was those stockings and maybe a few Christmas tree ornaments. I bought my Christmas tree a few years ago. I just have a fake one. I'm building up my ornament collection over time. Again, it would be so easy to just go to Canadian Tire, go to Walmart, go to HomeSense, whatever, and just buy everything all at once. So that one shot you can have like this perfect holiday home. I don't think that is very sustainable. I don't think that is very financially responsible. I think it's so much more meaningful to build your collection of decor, ornaments, whatever that may be, over time. That way you can buy things that you actually really love, and you're not just buying in a rush because you feel like you have to in order to keep up with the influencers. Trust me, I know the game of keeping up with the influencers. It's not easy, and it's a losing game because there's this one girl I have in mind, and honestly, I love her content. So this is not me shading her, I'm just observing. She has a beautiful home. It looks like it's quite large, and last year she did this whole big like decorate with me for Christmas, went shopping, bought all this stuff. And then this year she did it all over again. And I was like, what about all the stuff you bought last year? And I understand that there is an element of, this is the type of content that performs really well. So she's probably making more money off of those videos than she's spending on the stuff. So for her, these are like supplies for a video. And from a creator standpoint, I understand that. From a personal standpoint, it creates this feeling of pressure to overhaul your decor every single year. Like there was one year we were doing the bows, and then it was a white Christmas, and then it's a pink Christmas, and now it's a Ralph Lauren Christmas. It's really hard to keep up with the trends. So you're better off deciding what you like for yourself, building the collection of decor over time, working with the space and the budget and the storage that you have, and honestly just being grateful for what you have. I feel like for me, like this is a message that I need for myself, is like playing the comparison game is a losing game. There's always going to be someone who has more money than you, a nicer, more big, more beautiful house than you. There's always going to be someone who's got that next thing. So if I look at myself in the viewfinder and I look at my cute little tree, I need to be happy with that. And I'm also going to put up my big tree eventually. And I have my, look at what you have, be grateful for what you have. Don't play the comparison game. I also do wonder with the decor, at what point is too much? Like at what point is this just collecting dust and like getting in the way and like becoming visual clutter? I've never gotten to that point, so I don't know, but I'd love to hear from you guys if you've ever like over decorated for Christmas. Let me know. And listen, you guys, I am so open to being a hypocrite next year or in 2 years. Like, let's say I move into a house and I'm like, let's go, and I want to spend all my money on holiday decor. I reserve the right to change my mind. But for right now, for the money that's in my bank, stop it. Sorry guys, the besties texting, we're making Dancing with the Stars plans. For the time that I have, for the money that's in my bank account, for the space that I have, you have to work with what you've got. So that's what I've got, is a tiny Christmas tree. And I'm not really planning any other like big holiday decor purchases. I do love to window shop though. And I do find actually, like if you guys want a concrete takeaway tip, window shopping is great for just scratching the itch. Go to HomeSense, put everything you want in your cart, look at it, tell yourself, I don't need this crap. I'm gonna be decluttering it in 3 months' time, and then put everything back on the shelf and walk back to your car or get back on the bus and be proud of yourself. No, seriously. I actually did that the other day. It was in a vlog. I threw a bunch of stuff in the cart. Yuck, what is that? Ew. It's Christmas tree plastic. Oh my God. That is so fitting. Okay, I'm looking at the time. I've been rambling, you guys. We've made it to gifts, which is probably the biggest category and honestly where I have the most opinions. Maybe I should have just started with this category, but whatever. If the video is too long for you, use the timestamps and jump around. Christmas gifts. I wanted to talk you guys through like the roller coaster that gift giving and Christmas gifts has been for me, because I've really changed my mind as I've made more money and as I've built up my own savings. Before we get into this, I want to remind you guys that I used to be $40,000 in debt. I used to have a great job as a consultant, management consultant. I was making great money. I was 22 years old, but I was living paycheck to paycheck because I was living above my means. Growing an emergency fund, growing my savings, growing my net worth overall has been the best gift I've ever given to myself. Actually, earlier today, I was on YouTube, as I am, and I got this video like recommended for me, and it was this guy going around, he was going around Disneyland, and he was interviewing people and asking them how much debt they have. It blows my mind how normalized debt is, especially in North America, and I always get comments from viewers in other countries, especially Europe, who are like blown away by the debt culture in North America, how we think it's normal to take out a $50,000 loan because you want the next truck, to rack up trips on credit card debt. In that video, there was a couple and they were like, oh, we took out a Disney credit card. Their trip to Disney cost them like $8,000. I'm like, what? And they put it on like a Disney credit card. I was like, what? Anyway, like these are things that I can't wrap my head around. And it was funny watching that video, knowing that later today I was gonna film this video, because Disneyland is crazy. And I feel like a lot of us, we know that Disneyland is really expensive. Disney World, I'm so confused. I'm so not a Disney like Land World person. I've actually never gone as an adult because I'm afraid of how expensive it is. But anyway, I feel like this sense of like, but we need to go to Disney can also apply to Christmas time and Christmas gifts of like, but I need the 9-foot Christmas tree and I need to show up so-and-so by giving them a better gift. The idea of going into debt to buy someone a gift is so counterintuitive to me. Why should you put yourself in the hole to give something to someone else? So going back to when I was broke and felt broke and was in debt, I remember that Christmas telling my family, guys, I'm not buying anyone Christmas gifts. You don't have to buy me anything, but I don't have the money to buy you guys gifts. And I wish I could say that my family reacted well to that and was like, Zoe, we support you on your debt-free journey. No, they called me Grinch. They told me I was sour. They told me I wasn't being nice. I think I have more of a strong opinion on gift giving, and in the past, it has come from a place of insecurity, of feeling like, why should I buy you a gift when I'm in debt myself, when I'm not confident in my own finances? I felt this way about birthdays and stuff too, of like, well, why am I paying $100 to go to your birthday dinner, like when I'm in debt? These are thoughts that I had, and a lot of friends disagreed with me, and a lot of people, and that's fine, you can disagree with me. Maybe it's selfish to want to put yourself and your own personal finances above others. But to me, it's kind of like that whole oxygen mask thing where like if I'm in debt and I'm trying to better my financial state, I'm gonna take a few years off buying Christmas gifts. And once I'm good and once I've got my bases covered, you're gonna get the best gifts from me. And that's how I feel now. I've paid off my debt. I've grown my savings, like I said, and I'm not telling you this to brag. I'm telling you this so that you know it's possible. And now I feel so much more generous because I can actually afford it. The number one person I love to spoil is my sister, and I know that I can actually afford to get her something nice, and there's no more resentment when I buy her something. It's actually just pure joy. And now I understand the joy of giving, where before, when I was not in such a good financial position, I couldn't relate to that joy. I couldn't understand it. I really think when it comes to gift giving at the holidays, put your own oxygen mask on first. Take care of yourself. Be honest with your family. And if they react like how mine did, that's honestly not your problem. If you have a partner, a boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, husband, whatever, you can be honest with them and say, listen, I would love that by next year, I'm debt-free, or we're debt-free, or we save up to go on this trip. So let's not buy each other Christmas presents this year. That's another thing I think, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, is social media is going to tell you that if your boyfriend doesn't buy you a diamond tennis bracelet for Christmas, that you should dump him. And he should buy you that if he can afford it. And if he can't, just be glad that you're with someone who's fiscally responsible. This year, in my personal romantic relationship, we're getting married next year. And so we decided that we weren't going to do any Christmas gifts. We were just going to really put all of our money into our elopement and our honeymoon. But then I was thinking, and I was like, it would be nice to just have that little thing to unwrap under the tree. So we're floating around the idea of just doing like $100, one gift each of $100, just so we have something to unwrap. And I actually think setting a lower budget is a fun challenge because nowadays everything feels so expensive. It might feel like any gift that's not a diamond tennis bracelet like isn't worth your while, which is so untrue. So I think it's fun. It's like, how can I show my friends and show my loved ones that I know them with smaller, more simple gifts that actually appeal to them? I think that's a really cool challenge. So lowering the budget can really apply to anyone, not just romantic relationships. Within a family, if you have a big family and you guys typically do like a big gift exchange, I know that this can be super overwhelming because I have a big family, everybody all split up, and it's like, if you buy a gift for this person, then does that mean you have to buy a gift for that person? And they're not coming to dinner, so do I get them something? All of these logistics can be really, really complicated. I think the best solution for that is a secret Santa. So putting everybody into a pool and then only getting gifts for one person, you just saved yourself so much money. So that is a great thing to propose. You may butt heads with people a little bit because some people get so passionate about Christmas and the need to like give gifts. But if you stand your ground and you're like, listen, I am on my financial journey. I have goals that I need to hit. Once these goals are achieved, you're gonna get the best presents from me. So just bear with me. You have every right to do that. And I think honestly, your friends and family will be so impressed with you. Same goes for within a friend group. And you never know, this is something that I love, is that you never know that by you opening up the conversation about money with your friends and family, you give permission for other people to feel that relief as well. You seriously never know what people are going through, and maybe they're too shy to tell the friend group that they can't afford to go out for dinner or they can't afford to participate in the gift exchange. If you can be brave and you can be the one to break the ice, because no one wants to act like they're struggling with money. Our current society is obsessed with appearing rich and appearing wealthy. Meanwhile, they're all in credit card debt. So you never know what your words and what your confidence, the relief that can bring in other people. Make a budget for your gifts. Look in your bank account. Listen, it's too late, okay? I've been telling you, if you've been with the channel, I've been telling you for the past few months, it's time to start saving up for Christmas, but now it's too late. So now what I want you to do is look at your bank account, look at how much money you can reasonably and affordably spend on gifts, write down that number. From there, I want you to break that down into everybody that you feel you need to buy gifts for, then scratch out anybody you don't want to buy a gift for and allocate a dollar amount per person. Knowing a budget is going to help you so much when you're shopping. I want you to write down how much you spent on every gift that you bought. So you can write down who it's for, you can write down the date you bought it if that helps you stay organized, the final amount, and then I want you to have a total for all of the gifts that you bought. Even if you go over budget, which it's very possible. Knowing how much you spent is going to help you so much in advance of the credit card bill coming around in January so that you avoid any surprises. So that's my last tip for you guys. Make a budget. If you guys want more Christmas budgeting info, I can do another video like that. I know this video was just like very chatty, less like ultra tangible with the budget tracker open, but maybe I'll show you guys in my December reset, like kind of how I'm budgeting for Christmas. But those are all my thoughts, you guys. I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, you're allowed to disagree. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.